Yo, welcome back to the series. Coach LT is in the building. And my heater just kicked on. So if you can hear that heater blast in the back, my apologies. Just ignore it. Okay, so welcome back to the series. This is part 4 of 6. I am super excited about this one because I just got back from a business trip and I'm fired up. Everything that I just learned on this business trip at this event that I just attended, I'm about to break it all the way down and teach you guys so that you can take this information and hit the ground running. Okay? All right. So this is your first 10K from your first book. And this episode is called Workshops, which is, I'll be honest with y'all, this is literally my favorite way to make money because I'm a teacher. And so I'm going to show you right now, I'm going to break this down in about 20 to 30 minutes. It's not going to take long. I'm going to break this down for you and I'm going to tell you exactly how to plan a successful workshop because I have planned multiple workshops that were not successful in the beginning, but because I've learned the art of perseverance and how to keep going even after failure, you're going to benefit from all of the mistakes that I've made in this space. Okay, so let's go. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about why it's so important for you as an author to have a workshop. Okay, if you're in here with me and you're live, I so appreciate you. I want you to type workshop. Okay, because I'm about to break this down to you and make it so elementary that you're going to be able to like literally get a pen and a piece of paper. You're going to be able to write like 1 page of notes. And then you're going to go out into the world and you're going to do this. And you're going to make some money and be like, damn, LT, you've been holding back on me. Why you didn't teach me this a year ago? Well, I wasn't really all that great at this a year ago, boo. So that's why I'm here now. Forgive me, right? So sit back, get your drink, get your water, get your special cup, okay? Because we're going to fill it up. Grab your pen, grab your paper, grab your friends. Tell your friends to be quiet. If they're not into making money, tell them to be quiet. Go sit down somewhere because you're getting ready to learn some stuff. You're getting ready to learn a skill to pay your bill. Okay? You're getting ready to learn some skills that's going to help you pay your bills. Okay? So first of all, for those of y'all that don't know me yet, welcome to my world. Okay? This is LTTV. That's what I call it. My name is Latasha L.T. Jimerson. I'm an author, teacher, book coach, and motivational speaker. And for my clients, I am a book promoter. All right. So I've been doing this for 7 years now. I wrote my first book in 2017. I threw it out into the world. I didn't know what I was doing, right? I got help from a friend who edited it for me for free. God bless her. I still owe her $1 million. As soon as I hit my first million, I'm going to throw her a big party because, man, what she did for me was priceless. It was amazing. And she still came to my launch party and she still paid for a copy of the book. So what I'm going to do for her is a real special celebration because she helped me get this whole thing started. And I didn't even know, neither one of us knew what was going to happen as a result of that first book. So that first book came out 2017. I published it during the summer. And then I had a launch party in September because I was teaching at the time, middle school. Yeah, I was teaching at the middle school level. And I was like, there's got to be something else in life that I can do for fun, right? And so writing was one of those things. And so when I had that book launch, I was like, ooh, this is fun. This is supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Like this gets my wheels turning. It gets my juices flowing. I was like, this is a book thing. Okay, this is a thing. And my kids got involved. That was the most special thing that came out of my book is my middle daughter actually had a YouTube channel at the time before I knew anything about YouTube. And she interviewed me as a featured author on her YouTube channel. That was so special. I was just watching that video the other day. I was looking at it on, where did I see it? On my Instagram. I was like, wow, look at that. She interviewed me. That was back in 2017. My hair was different. My clothes were different. The way I spoke was different. I didn't have any type of swag or confidence like I do now. I mean, life was different, y'all. It was very, very different. And I was hoping and wishing and praying for an opportunity to do something more fulfilling with my life, because I was working a lot, just taking care, serving people, taking care of people, doing things, for everyone else and not myself. I was really like, dang, what am I going to get to do something like fun, like for me? And I just never did. I never thought to do anything for myself because I have my 3 kids and I had my job with my 165 students, right? With all their families and all their needs. And so I was supporting everyone else. I was doing everything that everyone else needed me to do. And I was showing up here and showing up there and not showing up for myself. So a part of this process, what I want you to get today, this morning, whenever you're watching this, I want you to understand that this is for you. Okay? This is for you. This is your self-care. For those of you that have a book, you have a first book, and you're getting ready to make your first 10K, this is your self-care. Okay? And I'm giving you permission. This is your permission slip to make 10K off of this first book. Okay? This is your permission slip. It's your permission to do what's best for you. Because when you do what's best for you, this income, this influence, this opportunity, this is going to change your entire life. It's going to solidify your place in history. It's going to be a part of your legacy. This is going to be something that you leave for your children and your children's children. This is how the world is going to remember you. And quite frankly, this is how you're going to pay for your kids' college, if that's what you want to do. This is how you're going to pay for whatever it is that you want to pay for. This is how you're going to do it. Right here, right now. Right now. Right? So that's what I want you to make, that mental shift right now. I want you to remember that this is your self-care. You owe this to yourself. Okay? Because this is your first book. So you might as well do it right. Okay? All right. So I published that book in 2017. And then immediately I started coaching other authors in 2018 because they asked me the $1 million question. And you're going to get this $1 million question once you publish your first book. You're going to get this question. Can you help me do what you did? What? What did I do? Like, we do so many things we don't even realize what we do. So people started asking me over and over and over again, can you help me write a book? Because I don't know the process. And I was like, what? Like, you just go to YouTube, you go to Google, you find some blogs, you mix it all up and you have a book. Like, I thought other people would do it, but people don't want to do it. They want you to give them the quickest way. They want you to give them the easy button. And unfortunately, there is no easy button, but there is a way to shorten your time frame. And there's a way to decrease that learning curve. You can bring that learning curve way down because you can actually help people fill in the gaps in their learning. Okay. So here's what I did. 2018, right? People kept coming and asking person after person after person. At first I was like, okay, just buy me a cup of coffee. Okay, just buy me a cup of coffee. I like going out and having coffee. I don't get out of the house much. So just take me out for some coffee and I'm happy. right? And I was happy. I was very happy to share everything that I knew. And then I realized, well, damn, these people are going out and getting these freaking amazing results. They're publishing these books. They got this money coming in. They're opening up passive residual income. Like, what? Like, they're doing better than I am. There's something I need to learn here. And so I started going and investing in coaches and getting support with confidence, right? Like just building my self-esteem, going to therapy, going to the life coaches, going to the speaking coaches, learning how to do sales and marketing, learning how to create an online course, right? That was one of the things that I wanted to learn is, okay, so I've got all these people that need help from me, but there's only one me. Like, how do I give all these people what I know? So then I started creating online courses and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I did my, my blog and my podcast and my YouTube channel. And I just kind of started getting into content creation mode, right? See, we're creatives. So we're always in content creation mode. And we have to come out of that. And we have to use the math part of our brain to actually make some money. So I'm getting ready to break down for you the steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see how many steps I got for you. Oh, I only have 4. Yeah, only got 4 steps. Actually, no, these aren't steps. These are points. These are main points. So you can actually create the steps that you want to create out of these main points, okay? But this is, I'm going to say this is the process. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just watch this video for the first time just to get the process. And then go back and watch this video again to actually get the main points, okay? And then watch it again to get the steps. The steps will be revealed to you as you are going back through it, taking notes and processing it in your mind, okay? All right. So let me explain to you why it's important for you as an author to host workshops, okay? As an author, when you have a book, and I'm talking about a nonfiction book, a book that solves a problem for people. This is a book that helps people make a transformation in their life. This is a book that teaches people that they're not alone, and that there is a way for them to make things better. Okay. So you are automatically, when you write a book like this and you are already an expert, you automatically become a teacher. It happens by default. Now, I'll be honest. I had a big advantage, okay, because I was a teacher for 20 years. And when I started writing, I had already been a teacher for 14 years. So I had an advantage. I know how to break things down into many steps and make it easily digestible for multiple people of varying different learning modalities and abilities and all of that stuff. So I'm well trained in how to teach. I'm also well trained in how to learn because I'm a really good student. But here's what you need to do as an author. You need to create in your mind a shift. You need to create a shift from the person with the answer to the person that's looking for the answer. Okay? You need to think about not just being the problem solver, but being the person that has the problem. And it's easy because you had the problem before you solved it. Okay, I'll say that again. You had the problem before you solved it. And so authors who understand how to do this, understand how to teach, make way more money than authors that just know how to throw out information, right? You got to learn how to teach for a transformation, not just learn a bunch of information. Okay. And here's why. Here's the reason why, the biggest reason why you need to learn how to be a teacher. And you don't need to get a college degree to do this. And you do not need to go get a teacher certification to do this. And you definitely don't need a credential, and you don't need anybody's qualifications, because guess what? If you have a message and you have solved a problem and you've achieved success in an area of your life, God has already ordained you as the expert. You are already qualified by your creator. Okay, so let me just tell you that right now. Now, why do you need to do these workshops? Well, I don't know if you've seen the educational system around the world, but if you look around the world at different educational systems, they're crumbling. If you look around the world, and this is not 100% every community, but if you look around the world and you see different educational systems, many of them are crumbling. If you read anything on Instagram or on any social media, you will see that teachers are extremely tired and they're quitting by the thousands. If you go on any job board, you will see that every school on the planet just about has some kind of vacancy. And so what that does is that creates an opportunity for you, boo. If you're an author and you're an expert on your topic, you are a teacher by default, because people are losing faith in our educational systems. But guess what? They still want to learn. I saw this quote that said, "Don't allow school to mess up your education." I was like, what? I forgot who said that quote. You can Google that for me and tell me in the comments who said that. I don't remember who said that, but I remember reading that. And I was like, oh, that's good. That's real good. Yeah, don't allow school to mess up your education. That means you still need to get skills to pay your bills. You need skills, boo. People need skills. And if you know how to teach a skill, oh my gosh, you are powerful. One of my favorite things to do, and there's multiple things that I can do. I'm a book coach. I'm an editor. I'm a speaker. I'm a promoter. I'm a saleswoman, right? There's lots of things that I love to do, but one of my favorite things to do is to teach people the skill of writing. I love to teach communication through writing because it is so powerful. Crafting the right message is the difference between you becoming a freaking millionaire and living in poverty for the rest of your life. Is that serious? Yes, it is. You being able to put your words together in such a way is the difference between you getting what you want and not getting what you want. Like, I'm talking about from the relationship you want. If you know how to write that love letter, oh, you're going to get the relationship that you want, boo. Okay? If you know how to write that email, you're going to get that job that you want. You know how to write that sales copy, you're going to get the clients that you want. Hell, if you know how to write goals and you got fitness goals, oh, you're going to get the body that you want, because you're telling your brain, and your brain is telling your body, and your body is telling your soul, this is how it's going to be because we declared it. We are the only organisms on the planet that have the power of the written word and the power of the spoken word, but the written word is permanent. You can't delete it. You can't erase it. You can't destroy it. Once you write a message and you put it out into the world, it's there forever. So you better get really good at using your words, because your words are powerful. And so the very first reason why you need to start creating workshops is because you're an expert and you are now a teacher, and people want to learn from you. Okay? People want to know what you know. So yeah, they're going to buy the book, but they're also going to want to see you talk to them about how to use it, how to implement it, how to go from 0 to 60 real quick. People don't want to spend 4 years on a college degree anymore. Hell, they don't even want to spend 4 months on a certification. But people will spend 4 hours with you in a workshop and learn a skill and go home and pay their bill. Oh, yes, they will. So for those of you that are out there and you're like, wow, I didn't never thought of that before. If you're an author, you are now also a teacher. So you now have 2 careers, and that's 2 ways to get paid. Okay? I know I just blew your mind all the way open, but I'm not even halfway done yet. So stay there, stay on the edge of your seat. All right? Excellent teachers in this world are millionaires. Excellent teachers are millionaires. They got the whiteboards, they're doing it, but they're not necessarily in the 4 walls of the classrooms. Many of these people are on stages in arenas teaching skills to pay the bills. Some of these these teachers are also pastors and preachers, right? Some of these people are motivational speakers, but what you don't know is that the way that they're getting people to lock in is because they're teaching something that is transformational. And so the faster you get better at this, the better you get at communication, the better you get at helping people learn and expand their minds, the more money you're going to make. And your life is never going to be the same. So that's the first main point. The educational systems around the world are crumbling. The old traditional ways, the old status quo, that stuff is going away. It's going away. I put something on social media the other day that said, the gatekeepers have all retired. So the old ways of publishing, they're gone. The way that we used to do television is gone, right? So of course, the way that we used to do classrooms is gone. So you literally have the ability as a creative human being to create the business and the lifestyle that you want. So congratulations, you are in a new era. This is the era of the bootstrapper. The bootstrapper, you create your entire company and your entire brand based on your personality. It's exciting. It's exhilarating, but it can also be scary. But don't let it. Right? Number 2, people are starving. People are literally starving. They need knowledge. People, what does the Bible say? My people die, my people perish because of the lack of knowledge. People are literally perishing because they don't know any better. They're living the way that their grandparents lived, and they don't know that there's a better way. So you need to bring the light, and you need to bring the people into the light, right? Give people information that they need to make the transformation that they want. That's all you're doing as an author. So do it, and do it at a high level. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't be selfish. Okay? Here's another main point for you. And I got a whole lot of notes here I wrote down. People are willing to pay top money for skills and for knowledge and for transformations. Okay? The experts, the consultants, the mentors, the therapists, the coaches. These are the people right now that are highly sought, the advisors, okay? These are the folks who are teaching people how to take what they have and make it better. Expand what they have and make it bigger. So people will pay you for what you know. You just have to pay attention to the opportunities that are right in front of you. So stop playing small. Stop thinking of yourself as just a writer or just an author. No, you are a writer, you're an author, you're a teacher, you're a coach, you're a speaker. There's multiple streams of income out here for you. And that's what you need to understand. There's multiple streams of income out here for you. Multiple. And you need to get that through your mind. Okay? All right. So now I'm going to break down how to run a successful workshop and how to make at least $1,000 real quick. I mean, you can do this like in the next 30 days. You can put together a workshop like that. But here's the prerequisite. In order for you to be able to do this quickly, efficiently, successfully, you need to have your book. Your book needs to already be done. Okay. You need to be able to go to whatever website where your books are, order. How many copies did I say? Just order 50 copies. If you want to order 100, order 100, but at least order 50 copies of your book. Okay. You need to be able to do that like now. Okay. The other thing you need to be able to do, is you need to have a following. And you need to have some kind of a list of people who know you, love you, trust you, and who have been there for you over the years. You need to have some folks who, when they hear about your book, they're excited and they're ready to go run and get it. Okay. This is the kind of tribe that is going to help you really make this workshop successful. Okay. These are going to be the first people in the room and the last ones to leave. And if they're not able to make it, they're going to send 5 people your way. That's the kind of tribe you got to have to make this thing work. Okay. All right. So once you have those pieces in place, here's what you do. You start making an announcement. Hey, I'm going to have a workshop this summer or this fall, whenever you're going to have it. You can have it in the next 30 days if you want to. Pick a date and stick with it. Don't change it. Don't cancel it. Don't change it. Do not reschedule it. Be a person of your word. Be a man of your word. Be a woman of your word. And if you only sell 3 tickets and only 3 people show up and show out for those 3 people. I had a summit one time. This was an online summit for teachers. And I called it the Pajama Party Teacher Summit. And it was so much fun. I think I did it 2 or 3 years in a row. I was no, I wasn't actually. Okay, so the first one, I wanted to have like 50 to 100 people. I thought I was going to have that many people, right? And it was like 22 people that signed up. And I was kind of, I was excited because I was like, yay, at least there's one. But then I was kind of like, ooh, deep on the inside, I was like, because I'm a really big overachiever, I was kind of frustrated because I was like, I've done so much to market and so much to do this and this and that. And there's only 22 people. And then I got on the phone with one of my mentors and they were like, it doesn't matter if there's one person in the room, you roll with it. You do what you got to do. You show up your best. And I was like, okay. And then I spoke to another person who does events and she was like, 22 people. She's like, girl, get going with them 22 people. I was like, okay. I had to get out of my own head. And it was a freaking massive success. And so I had it that year. And then the next year I did it again and it got a little bit bigger. I think the next year it was like 25, right? And then I had it another time and there were 50 people there. And so it was like, you know what? Just do it. It doesn't matter how many people come. Just do it. Don't reschedule it. Don't cancel it. Don't back out. Just make a commitment and do it. Okay, so set the date and start announcing it and charge $5. Okay, everybody has $5. They'll pay $5 easily. This is just the beginning. This is your first one. Okay, just charge $5. It'll make you feel good. It'll make them feel good. It's a no-brainer. Oh, $5, girl. Some people will probably be like, oh, here, I'll pay you $25. And there you go. There's 5 tickets. I don't even need to go. It's a donation, right? Because it's $5. If you get 50 people to get a ticket to this event and it's $5, that just gave you $250 in your pocket. Okay. And that's just because you opened up your mouth and you made an announcement and you got $250. Okay. There you go. Now, when the event happens, you make sure that you're sitting at the door You're standing at the door, you're greeting everyone. Someone's sitting at your table, probably one of your children or your spouse or your parents, um, some people you trust, and they're collecting the money. Okay. What are they collecting the money for? Well, if there's anybody that wants to pay at the door, let them pay at the door. Okay. If there's anybody that wants to buy one of your books, okay, see, we haven't even talked about your books yet. You have a table next to the door. So if they come in, they can't help but to see your book. And you say, oh, yeah, my books are here. And in your emails, the way you mark it is you say, your admission ticket is $5. When you come through the door, you're going to be able to see my book, right? People want to be able to look at it, feel it, touch it. If you want to pre-sell your books, you can pre-sell your books so people can get in the door. $20 for the book and $5 for admission. So $25 to get in. Now, I'm just giving you small numbers because if you're just starting out, you might just be kind of intimidated by big numbers like I was. But because I want you to get started, I don't want you to be scared, frustrated. I don't want you having the anxiety. I want you to be confident, be good, 10 toes down, like woosah, right? So I want you to charge $5 for the admission ticket. Get get 50 people in the door. That's $250. Okay. Then when they get in the door, sell them a book for $20. Now let's just say not everybody's going to buy your book. Let's just say you only get 30 out of the 50 people to buy your book. Let's just say you get 30 people to buy one book and the book is $20. That's $600, boo. That's $600 that you didn't have before this event. Okay. But you don't stop there. You give them a hell of a workshop. You have worksheets printed for them. You walk them through your process of whatever it is that you're teaching in that book. You show them how to use your book and you teach your ass off. All right. At the end, you make an offer. And here's two things you can offer. You can decide what you feel comfortable with, okay? You can sell them time with you, or you could sell them some kind of a course. It could be a video course. It could be an audio course. It could be whatever you want to do. It could be an audio book, something. Give them an experience to take with them home. So they don't just leave the event with the book. They can leave with, maybe they book a coaching session with you. That's one thing that I did after I started allowing people to just take me out to coffee. I was like, wait a minute, I need more than just coffee. And I wasn't really confident in my skills back then. This was like 2018, 2019. And I was like, okay, so you can hire me to coach you. Just pay me $50 to hire me to coach you. And how did I come up with that $50? Well, as a classroom teacher, I was making about $50 an hour. And so when I did the math, I was like, all right, somebody can hire me. They can pay me $50 for an hour. Okay. So let's just say you get 3 people, 5 people. Let's say you get 5 people to book a coaching session with you after your workshop. You charge them $50. That's $250 that you didn't have before this event, boo. So now you've got $5 that they paid you to get in. Okay. 50 people, $250. And then you're selling your book there for $20. You only get 30 people. Say you only get 30 people. That's $600, boo. And then you get people coming in the room and they're like, what's going on? This is awesome. This is great. And you say, okay, you know what? You missed part of the presentation, but guess what? For $50, if you book it today, you can hire me to coach you for an hour and we'll book the session right now for next week. And you have them book their session, pay for their session, and then get on your calendar. Done. Okay? And then you offer some kind of an online course. If you already have it together, like if you start working on this now and roll it out, you can have all these pieces together. Say you charge $500 for an online course, and it's up to you, whatever it is that you're teaching, you could put that together pretty quickly into an online course. Especially if you've already written a book, it's easy for you to create a course. Trust me, it's easy. And if you need me to coach you through any of this stuff, email me. My email is right there. contact@LatashaJemersonLibrary.com, and I will coach you through this process. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy, lemon squeezy. So let's just say you get 2 people to say, oh yeah, I want the online course. It's $500. You just made $1,000 right there at your workshop. Boom, boom, boom. Firepower. That's it. So you just made $250 on admission tickets. You made $600 with your book. You made $250 with your coaching sessions. And you made $1,000 on an online course. So that total is $2,100. Okay. Now let's flip my notes over. Of course, there's some things that you had to pay for to create this workshop. And if you are thrifty and frugal, you will be super successful at creating this workshop because you will be very creative in how to keep the costs down so you can bring more money in. So let me just give you some random numbers that I just came up with, okay? So I just said $2,100 is what you're gonna make on this event. Okay, but you had to buy the 50 books. So you had to pay for the shipping and the handling and the printing and all that, taxes and all that kind of stuff. So let's just say for 50 books, you had to pay $400 out of your pocket. Let's just say that. Now, I teach authors how to not pay that, okay, by doing a pre-sale. Pre-sales happen when you ask people to pay for the product before you give them the product. But you have to be really confident in yourself. You got to know how to sell. You got to know how to market. You got to know how to promote. And I can work with you on this. These are skills to pay your bills. And if you need support, you need to email me because this is something I can teach you in a matter of days, boo. Days. If you're on it and you want it, this is something you can learn quick. But if you are struggling, you've been on the struggle bus for a while, you just seem to not be able to get off the struggle bus, we need to talk. I can help you. It may take you a little bit longer, but there's hope. Okay. So let's say you got 50 books, you paid $400 to get those books, to take them to your workshop. Okay. Let's just pretend that you had to rent the space. You probably won't, because there's so many spaces in this world that will allow you to use the space for free, especially if they know you're going to bring traffic to them. You can negotiate these things. But let's just say you spent, I don't know, $300 for the space because the workshop is like 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours, whatever. And let's just say you paid for food and maybe it took you some travel to get there. I don't know. Maybe you went to a different city, you got a hotel, you got a rental car, whatever. Let's just say $300 for travel and food, $300 to rent the space, $400 for the books. So say that's $1,000, which is really high because you're not going to spend that much. But let's just say $2,100 is what you brought in. $1,000 is what you spent. So you still made a $1,100 profit. Okay. That's just one workshop. What if you did one workshop per month? How would that help you? What if you charged a little bit more than $5, right? Just think of all the different possibilities of what you could do with this experience. Just get the first one out the way and sit down and do a debrief and look to see what went well, what didn't go well, what you need to fix for next time. But don't give up. Do workshops. It is the easiest thing to do as an author to make money, but not only to just make money, but also to make an impact, also to grab testimonials for your website. because the people who come in, you definitely want to get their feedback. You definitely want to give them a survey. You want to ask them for a testimonial. You want to get this information out to the world so people know, wow, this is something amazing that just happened today. This was a freaking phenomenal workshop. Like, whoa, you're going to blow them away. You know why? Because you're talented, you're ambitious, you're beautiful, you're sexy, you're amazing, you're fantabulous, and you got this. And if you need any support with your workshop, all you got to do is get a hold of me. Contact LatashaJemersonLibrary.com, and I will be there to help you every step of the way. Bye now.